Hi, welcome to Guide to Fluency, where we review language programs and apps to help you on your language learning journey. Today we're going to give you our honest answer on how long it'll take you to learn Japanese with Duolingo. We'll also discuss Duolingo's strengths and weaknesses, compare their free and super versions. Also, if you find you want some more information, we have a full written article to go along with this video. The easiest way to find that is just to Google Guide to Fluency Duolingo Japanese. So I want to start by giving you a quick overview of Duolingo's format, but first there's something I think we need to address. Duolingo is a more casual and game-like app that, while easily addicting and enjoyable, we haven't found to be the most effective language learning app from our own testing. So making this app work to reach fluency is going to require a few tweaks. We'll talk more about that after I explain how the program works. Duolingo has 8 sections with several units to complete. At the top of each unit, there's a quick lesson covering grammar and some of the words you'll be learning. You'll then keep up a daily streak by completing one of the main lessons along their learning path, and earn gems to use for things like streak freezes or to refill your hearts if you use the free version. Most of your time, though, is spent completing those lessons. They're mostly flashcard-style games and puzzles where you translate a sentence or speak a sentence out loud, getting in some practice with recall and output. Now, Duolingo's free version does have ads after lessons and on your dashboard. If you choose to upgrade to Super Duolingo though, that'll get rid of those ads for about $13 a month, and you'll get unlimited hearts along with some other nice bonuses. By the way, we'll also be giving away a free language course to one of our subscribers. It's really easy to enter, just subscribe, like, and comment on this video and you'll be entered to win. We'll announce winners near the beginning of each month in a video, so don't miss your chance for a free subscription to Super Duolingo. Now, to be honest, when it comes to language acquisition, we think the most important things to focus on are input and output. So we think learners hoping to reach a higher level of fluency will need to supplement Duolingo's game-like lessons with other resources like shows and books, and especially find opportunities for real speaking practice. The main thing here is to get real practice having conversations in Japanese. But because Duolingo has one of the most comprehensive free apps out there, we're going to try to keep our suggestions for rounding out their lessons as affordable as possible. If you're willing to pay up a bit to speed up the learning process, I'll mention a few key places that could be worth investing in. The first being Super Duolingo. Japanese is one of the most difficult languages for English speakers to learn, and you'll eventually hit roadblocks along your way. In these tough spots, we found Duolingo's heart system extra punishing. You might have to sit through another ad for their super version between repeating lessons to restore a heart, which we think could hinder your momentum when you're completing multiple lessons a day. And at $13 a month, Duolingo is in line with other popular apps like Rosetta Stone. However, Duolingo usually has a 14-day free trial for their super version, as well as discounts, so check out the description below. We'll have a link over to Duolingo where you can sign up for their trial along with any promo codes listed down below. So with that out of the way, let me give you 3 timelines with 3 kinds of learners in mind. The first being travelers. Let's say you have a trip coming up in just 6 months. We don't think this is enough time to reach fluency, but with some dedication, we think you'll be able to acquire all of the survival skills you'll need for your trip. At this level, you should be able to introduce yourself, order food, get a cab or hotel, or ask for directions in Japanese. Just don't expect to talk about much more than handling transactions and basic needs, or describing people you know. This would put you around an A1 level in the CEFR standard, which takes around 70 to 150 hours to reach for Japanese without any background knowledge. If you study for an hour a day, that's only about 5 months of studying, which will translate to a lot of lessons to complete each day since those lessons really only take about 4 minutes each. You can reduce this time if you already have some knowledge of the language, and we want to leave a little extra time for those days you may miss to get the best chance of getting this material to stick and being able to use what you've learned on your trip. Our tip for you travelers on a tight time frame and budget is to find a language exchange program. Websites like Tandem can connect you to native Japanese speakers and other learners, and you communicate through text, video, or audio chat. The trick to using these free sites is to try to connect to someone with a little more knowledge than you have, but don't expect free tutoring sessions. You'll have to look around for a while to find good users to connect with. If you're hoping to get to an intermediate level of Japanese to hold more intimate conversations with family and friends, meet minimum requirements to work abroad, or to connect better with locals by talking about work, school, and hobbies, you'll likely need around 400 hours of study. That's just over a year of study for 1 hour a day. At this level, you can go to new places where the language is spoken with some ease and even be able to pick up on many conversations around you. You should even have some ability to read and write in Japanese about familiar topics. We recommend finding shows and movies in Japanese and watching them with subtitles. You probably already have a subscription to Netflix or Amazon Prime, so don't skip out on using your pastime to expose yourself to more Japanese. You can also take this a step further with an app like LingoPie, which we recently reviewed. It uses TV shows and movies, including ones from Netflix if you have a subscription, and gives you enhanced subtitles with definitions just a click away. It also has several nice tools, like one that allows you to try speaking lines from the movie and having their speech tech grade your pronunciation. We also really like this app because it's only $6 to $12 a month, so it's a pretty affordable way to get more out of your favorite Japanese movies. Finally, if you're trying to reach a high level of fluency in Japanese to hold almost any conversation, you're looking at a massive 2,200 hours of study. That's up to 6 years of study for an hour a day. This will put you around a C1 level of Japanese. But sadly, you won't get this far with Duolingo alone. With only about 4,000 lessons in their Japanese program, you really only have enough material for about 340 days, even if you're moving at a thorough pace. That's just enough to break into that B1 level, so sadly, to reach this level, you'll have to eventually graduate beyond Duolingo alone. But the good news is that we think learners who build out their study plan with more materials beyond Duolingo could expect to reach fluency sooner than the 6 years it could take to reach those 2,200 hours. With a study plan that involves making your way through Duolingo, immersing yourself in extra materials like movies, connecting with other learners and tutors online, and finding dedicated live or in-person class time, you might begin reaching this level in as little as 2 years with a serious 10 to 20 hours a week of study. So depending on how committed you want to be on a weekly basis, expect reaching this high level of fluency to take at the very least 2 years of intensive study or more. So I think we should discuss some ways to find the kinds of classes we were talking about. The obvious one for those of you in the US is to check your local community colleges and see if they offer Japanese courses. You could expect to combine about 4 hours of class time each week with another several hours of your own study and make solid progress toward fluency. Many schools or classes have workshops where students at different levels of Japanese meet and practice conversing with one another. Community colleges are also usually much more affordable than normal universities and have open enrollment, so it's our first recommendation for getting in some class time. Regardless of your goal, it's important to remember to be consistent and stick to a plan. And whatever you do, keep speaking. Even if it's uncomfortable at first, it's better to try your best to listen and participate in conversations, refreshing what you learn often with new digestible chunks of the language as you go. Make it a priority to use your free time to absorb some Japanese with videos and movies and find ways to connect with others and get speaking. So what level are you hoping to reach in Japanese? Let us know in those comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and like as well for a chance to win a free language app in our monthly giveaway. Best of luck, everyone. See you next time.